Welcome back to Hopeful. I'm your host, Nadine. I know it's been a while since I last posted, and there's a reason for that. I went on my own self journey of discovery. I learned many hard lessons. I worked on traumas I didn't even know still existed in my body, in my childhood. And, I've been waiting for a huge transformation within myself in order to carry on. And after all I've been through now, I realize I don't have to wait anymore. All I have to do is share my story. And I hope to inspire people with just sharing stories of giving them hope, of healing, of inspiration, of motivation. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm just sharing stories. So I'm excited to dive into my transformative experience at Dr. Joe Dispenza's retreat in Cancun that I just came back from 2 weeks ago. Dr. Joe's work really bridges the gap between science and spirituality, using neuroscience, epigenetics, and rigorous data collection to show how we can actually rewire our brains and heal our bodies. At certain retreats, Joe also conducts blood work, plasma analysis, biome assessments, and brain scans, providing concrete proof of the changes happening before and after his retreats. Also includes all of the, scans and biomes and plasma after all the meditations that we do, because we actually do about 35 hours, give or take, at his retreats. And we'll discuss how measurable transformations continue long after the retreat even ends, fostering ongoing healing and growth. Joining me in this video is Kaitlyn O'Toole and King, one of Joe Dispenza's volunteers. He is currently in a wheelchair, but has found inspiration to carry on the work because he believes in Joe and he has seen transformation and healing before his own eyes. And Kaitlyn O'Toole was given 5 years to live with a very rare disease, to which it got even more complicated because, as we know, what we think and what we feel really does affect our health. So she spiraled into this negativity and, constant fear about her health that it caused her to even have lupus and to be diagnosed with cancerous cells or cysts on her ovaries. And within 10 months after doing one of Joe Dispenza's retreats, she completely healed herself and has been continuing to go to every one of his retreats. She's been to 11. So I'll let her take it away with her story. It is so inspiring and heartwarming, and I'm so honored to be able to share this story with you guys.
Hi guys, I'm here with Kaitlyn O'Toole today. It is such an honor to meet you and be here with you.
I'm so happy to be here with you at such a life-changing, amazing experience that we get to share together. So thank you.
We actually currently are in Cancun doing Joe Dispenza's advanced 7-day retreat. How are you finding it so far?
It's amazing. So this is actually my 11th retreat, but I haven't been in almost 3 years. And when I went the first 10 times I went in a row, I was really going through something. So it's been really such a beautiful experience to be here, not with anything wrong, or just being able to get this whole other perspective of just coming in and being like, what else is there? What more can I learn? How else can I grow? What can I experience? Is there more magic, more love? And so it's been really just a different experience, even though I've been to so many, but truly just unbelievable.
So I wanted to find out, how did you join your frequency on the Joe Dispenza frequency? How did you discover him? How did that journey start?
Yeah, so I actually saw the documentary Heal back in 2020. I was really sick. 2017, I was given 5 years to live. So I was, doing all the things, did the Eastern medicine, did the Western medicine, did the experimental things. I was just looking for a way to get better. But I had this underlying fear that I was going to die because that's what I was told. So turns out the more scared you are that something might kill you, the more you develop things that could actually make that worse. And so that's what happened on my journey until I got to the point that like the original diagnosis got so much, I just developed way more things in my body. And I remember hearing about a documentary called Heal. And that was the first time I was ever exposed to Joe, is watching him in there. And I was like, oh, okay. It didn't like fully click, I'll be honest. I was just kind of desperate. You know, Joe says something like, you can't think greater than how you feel. And so that's when you can get new information. But if you're just in a hard time, it's like, it goes right over your head. So things continue to get worse. And then later, I think that was in 2019. In 2020, I just went through a really bad breakup and things just like kept falling apart. My whole life just kept falling apart until there was nothing else left to fall apart. And I remember seeing an Instagram video of Joe, and I would watch this one video over and over and over. And he talks about your thoughts are electric and your feelings are magnetic, and how you think and how you feel creates this electromagnetic field, and your thoughts and your feelings become the state of being, and your personality creates this personal reality. And it made sense. And so I actually never meditated. I never closed my eyes to meditate. It was like that's all I needed to hear was just this new perspective. And yeah, so I wound up going back to work, and that 10 months I started, COVID hit. I stopped taking all my medicine, and in that time I just would listen to this one video every morning when I got ready, and I wound up healing through that. But then I went through a really traumatic accident to my face, of all things, nightmare, and that led me to my first Joe Dispenza event, because I was not okay. I had debilitating depression, anxiety, and just like I didn't want to die, but I didn't know how to live. And so you could call that pretty suicidal. So that brought me to my first Joe Dispenza event. My brother was a veteran, and I watched him take all of this medication from the VA. And he used all of that medication one day to try to take his life. And I was already so unstable. And I don't know if people know this, but SSRIs have a black box warning. So it actually comes with a black box warning that says this number one side effect is suicide. Go figure. So I was so scared that if I took anything, God forbid, I'd take my life. So my dad told me about some yogi who put his hand through a wall. And like, I did not grow up in a spiritual family like this, but I was like, what? Somebody could mold matter? I'm going to mold my face. Who is this guy? Joe Dispenza. I remember him. I think I heard of him. I used to watch this video by him. And that brought me to my first event, which brought me to my second. And I went to 10 back to back to back to back, because I was just looking for a way out of all the pain. And he taught me that the way out is in, and that all the answers are really inside of us. And we can create new thoughts, and those thoughts can create new chemicals, and those new chemicals can change our physiology, can change the way we feel. And if we change the way we feel, our whole life changes around us. And so I became just a complete evangelist of his work, because it saved my life.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing that. I didn't know any of this about you, and I can't believe that you were diagnosed with 5 years basically to live.
Yeah.
What was
Crazy.
the diagnosis though? What was the...
So that was something called scleroderma, which is like a very rare autoimmune. My organs were hardening. So my large and small intestine were hardening. It was moving up through my heart and into my throat. So actually, if I was talking to you at that time, I would be like, because everything was hardening. I also had neurological Lyme disease, and then I got diagnosed with lupus. Then I was really scared with all of these things. And then I got tumors in both my ovaries that were cancerous, tumors in both my breasts, 3 in the right, 2 in the left, and in 2020 a brain tumor. So I just kept, when I tell you, just like whatever frequency you're in, whatever you're thinking about, you'll just attract more of it. And so I was literally thinking that I was going to die, because that's what the doctors had told me. So that was the underlying belief. And so we all have these beliefs, right? It might not be that severe, but maybe somewhere in your subconscious mind, you've been taught that you can never succeed, or that work is hard, or that we don't make money, or whatever that limiting belief is, like that the world programs us with and plants in our mind. And at that time, it was about my health. And so even though I was doing the things to heal, at some level, don't know if I didn't believe, I was just so scared that I kept attracting more of it. So it was this crazy journey. But in that 10 months of stopping everything, not that I'm recommending that, but for me, I wanted to go back to work, and I was working as a journalist for Sports Illustrated, and I couldn't function and take the medicine. I was like a zombie. Like, so I had that like matrix, red pill, blue pill, like, what are you going to do? And I was so sick of my life. Like, I hated my life so much that I just really started to create a new one. I was like, I'm never living that life again. That's what I said at the time, which now I know more of Joe's work is like this splash in the quantum, but it's truly, I just started to become this new person. And the more I became this new person, the more I fell in love with my life. Like, literally, I couldn't go anywhere or do anything. It was a pandemic, but I just loved my life. I loved myself. I loved what I was doing every day. And just the side effect of all of that love was health. It was the first time in 10 years I didn't try to heal. I just fell in love with life. And
You were present.
yeah, I just was in love. And disease doesn't live there, it turns out.
And I look at you now, and I would never in a million years say that you went through any of this. You radiate this beauty and this light, and it's amazing to see.
Well, there's nothing wrong with any of us. It's the removal of everything that we're not. That's what it really is. It's the removal of the program. It's the removal of the disease. Like, truly, each and every single one of us is love. We're whole. It's just the world has made us believe the lie, the program, the illusion, the dream, the stories. And so I think a lot of times at least from my experience, it's like we're trying so hard to be something else, but really all we have to be is us. It's remembering who we are. It's connecting back to the love. It's what I call falling in love with life. Truly, like that's what did it, and that's what created health. But now it's like my boyfriend will be like, head down at the computer. We got to get up and work hard. And I'll just be out like
Enjoying life.
And then boom, manifestation comes in. And he's like, I don't get it. What were you doing? I was like, I was loving my life. But that love activates that field that makes you magnetic, and you become, I like to think of it as a black hole, right? I know we talk a lot about like being magnetic, but no, be a black hole. Bend everything to your will. What I like to look at it as. And we are light, right? And the more we love, the more our body fills with light, the more we can be that for other people. And truly it's a reflection, right? So I remember when I was in a really hard time, everyone kept saying like, you'll get to the light at the end of the tunnel. Really? Like, I didn't know what they were talking about. I couldn't see a light, and even worse, I didn't know if it was ever coming. And then one day I got there, and it really was a mirror, and the light I was looking for was me. But I had to remember it, and I had to be it again. And that might sound like, depending on the audience, a little out there, but truly, like, we're perfect and we're whole. It's just removing the darkness that the world put on us, and remembering that inside of us is this beautiful light waiting to illuminate, waiting to be reflected back to you, waiting for your desires to wake up so that you can see them all around you. But when you do, my God, life gets amazing. For anything you want, it gets unbelievable.
And I bet you're never ever gonna stop coming to Joe's retreats from here on.
You know, it's wild because I stopped for a little bit just because life got so good. I was like, I don't know. I'm just living so much. And then I was telling my boyfriend for like 2+ years, I'm like, you gotta come with me. But I think the thing is, a lot of times we wait for something really bad to happen to do life-changing work. And you don't have to. I think that's the biggest mistake, right? It's like, I'm here and I'm like, oh my God, there's nothing wrong. So I have all this energy to create. And it's just so beautiful. I mean, the way that he explains it, the science that he has, I'm pretty analytical. I like to understand how things work or why they're working. And some of these things, it's mystical. You can't explain it, but the science, the understanding that if you think differently, you'll produce different chemicals, and that will create different proteins from your gene expression, and you can understand how you can get healthier. You can understand how you can become more magnetic. You truly can understand the science, right? And I think that's what's so beautiful about Joe is he's demystifying all of these things, right? It's like, why do miracles exist? How do prayers work? right? And he's got a really good explanation for all of that.
And
so,
proof of brain scans, biomes, blood work.
Yeah, I've been part of his research. It's unbelievable. It's like I've had my blood taken out and my plasma taken out, and it's like, wow, I'm just sitting in a ballroom. But somehow I created these proteins that have a greater life expression, that are more of the whole, more love, more joy, more life. And so that's the thing, is that it's inside of us. But he's reminding us, and not just that, he's creating a space to actually access it, to go within, to go. I mean, we're going to do somewhere between 35 to 40 hours of meditating. In between, we're out in the beautiful nature, but it's in that we're reminded it's me. And you start to have these experiences with yourself. I mean, when else in your life do you really sit with yourself, right? Like you sit down to, like, I don't know, get on your phone or get on your computer or read a book maybe. When do you just sit with yourself and ask yourself, what do you want to tell me, or what do I need to know? Is there more? And he curates the space of what we'll learn is like coherent energy, which just opens you up to possibility. And so, yeah, I've been to a lot of these, but I mean, I have so many friends, they come and they have lists of like, this is what I'm creating, because they understand the energy is here to create. And so no matter what it is you're looking for, right? Health, love, wealth, more joy, more wholeness, more greater love for life, you can experience any of that here, all of it here. It's all waiting for you.
And I'm witness to that. In just a short space of time, I have created friendships I think will last a lifetime.
Oh my gosh, yes. Just wait, we're about to get into the coherence healings. Just wait.
Oh my gosh. I wish I could record every minute of it, but I think for the most part, people just need to get here. If you're looking for something, if there is something in you that says that there is more, and you've come to that point in your life where you just know there's something waiting on the other end, then Joe Dispenza's retreats are the ones to come to.
They're the best. They're the next level. I've done a lot of cool things, right? I was talking to somebody about Burning Man. I'm like, yeah, he's like, I don't know. Like, I went to a lot of Burning Mans. I'm like, I went to a lot of Joe Dispenzas. But they're all cool experiences. But if you really want to understand, you are a creator of your life. And if you don't know what that means yet, but you want to understand, how could I have a greater impact on my life? How could I truly create it? You will learn that here. You will learn that here. You will enter the door for mastery. And if you keep going, you will become the master of your life. And there's nobody else teaching it the way he does, with the science, with the space, with the love, with the passion, with the people. So truly, there's nothing greater I've ever experienced in my life than just witnessing and being a part of and becoming. And that's here with Joe. So I'm so truly grateful to him, for his staff, for the space that he creates, for the wisdom that he shares, for the truth that he's revealing. And so truly, it's unlike anything you've ever experienced, and it absolutely will change your life. You can never go back. You cannot talk me out of the things I have seen, the miracles I've witnessed with my own eyes, cancer healing, people getting out of wheelchairs. I have seen so many people. One of my friends, Andy, 13 years paralyzed, snowboarding accident. I watched him take his first steps at an event. I have seen things that are biblical. You can't unsee it.
It shouldn't exist. It shouldn't exist,
and
but it
yet
does.
it does. And it's waiting for you. It's just waiting for you to believe. It's waiting for you to show up. It's waiting for you to meet it in love, where it all exists. And so it's truly unlike anything I've ever experienced, and yet it's everything I've ever wanted to know and continue to learn.
I'm so honored to have spoken to you today.
Thank you.
And
Same.
I just want to give you the biggest hug for
I
sharing.
love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for documenting this. Thank you for sharing truth with the world, because this is truth. And it can be your truth, truly. It's real. But sometimes we have to experience it. So if you're looking for that experience, it's here. It really is. So
Hallelujah.
yeah, I love it. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And then we dance, right? And then we dance, and then we have fun, and then we fall in love with life. And that's what it is. It's not just meditating. It is truly loving yourself, loving your life, with a beautiful space to do that.
A once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah. But you could go back.
get yourself to Joe's retreats. I'm telling you now, there's something about it.
It's magic, pure magic.
Well, that's over and out from my side. Check out for more posts from Hopeful, and follow and subscribe, guys.
We love you. See you at one.
Before we dive into Kaitlyn's story, I want to share a bit about why I haven't posted in so long. Over the past year, I lost a little bit of myself along the way. I'd also think that sometimes you need to lose yourself to find yourself. And over the past year, I lost a little bit of myself along the way after attending Skip's transformative retreat in June in Bali. I came to truly understand that my intuition is 100% right. When I put my mind, body, and heart together, I'm unstoppable. But during that time, I felt unworthy. And I thought I hadn't transformed enough to continue sharing my journey. And that's why I took a step back from posting. However, I realized that every single piece of content, whether I think it's monumental or not, has the potential to inspire, help, and give hope to others. That's why I'm here. And that's why I've committed to posting every single week from now on without fail. Now, let's get into Kaitlyn's story. It was such an honor to interview her, and she managed to squeeze in those precious few minutes for me at the Cancun event with Joe Dispenza. From the moment I met her, she embraced me like a long-lost family member. Radiating so much love and warmth, her genuine spirit and kindness truly left a mark on me. Now, let's shift gears and introduce Ken. Even though we only had about 10 minutes together before I had to leave for another resort in Playa del Carmen, which is another side of Cancun, his story made a lasting impression on me. Ken was shot 8 times and is now in a wheelchair. He continues to volunteer and help others, finding profound purpose in giving back. While we didn't get to cover all the details in that brief interview, I'm working on a more in-depth follow-up to share his full story. For now, I hope Ken's incredible resilience and transformative power of helping others inspires you as much as it inspired me. Let's jump straight into that interview with Ken.
Hi there, I'm from Hopeful, and today I'm interviewing Ken. Ken, please introduce yourself and tell us why you're here at Joe Dispenza.
Hi, my name is Ken. I'm originally from Holland, living here in Mexico. I'm here at the Joe Dispenza event because I'm volunteering, so just trying to serve a little bit. I think since I've started this journey about self-discovery, meditation, it helped me change a lot as a person. So now trying to do something back for the community. That's why I'm here too.
And how did you discover Joe?
Well, I suffered an accident, and one of my friends attended me to Joe about his work, and that he was in a situation where he had an accident and he hurt his spinal cord, and he was able to heal himself. So probably was something for me to look into. In the beginning, I was a little bit skeptical, very skeptical. I didn't believe it. I did everything possible, medically speaking, to see if I could heal myself. Didn't work out, so I went back and I found him, and I started with the work, and I never stopped.
Wow, so you found healing in
Yes.
helping others.
Yes.
And I think it's an incredible story that you're still in a wheelchair, but you're willing to inspire others and help others on this journey despite
Yes.
what others might see as a challenge.
Yes.
And how are you feeling in your health, in your body, in your mind?
Um, I'm in a way better place now than before. Um, so when you, of course, the first thing you always seek is healing. So you want to heal yourself, and but once you start on the journey of self-discovery, you start you start to encounter yourself, and you encounter many facets and parts of yourself you want to change. So all of a sudden it stops being about the healing, but it becomes about, I want to change myself in a different person, and that's what I'm doing now day to day, and well, I'm happy to do it.
And could I ask you, Were you born with?
No. I suffered an attempt on my life. So I was living in South America, and some people approached me from the back, and they start shooting me. So I got shot 8 times, 5 in the spine, 2 in the head, and 1 in my arm.
Oh my goodness! And you survived that.
Yeah, I survived. Yes.
There is a deeper purpose as to why you're
Yes.
here, isn't it?
Yes, 100%. So clinically speaking, it's unable for me to be alive today, but I'm sitting here with you. So
And the miracle is sitting beside me right now.
yes. So I was declared when I was shot. The guy, the people told me like after like the guy shot me 5 times in the back, and I fell down. I thought somebody kicked me in the back. So when I wanted to stand up, I couldn't stand up. So my legs were not working. So I um, I, I, I I felt very weird. So I was just keeping asking people for help. But then the guy saw that I was like on the ground, but I was still alive. So he turned back and he shot me 2 times to the head. So at the moment, I just saw my teeth and some blood on the ground. And I was like, "What's going on?" You know. And then he stand on the side of me, and I wanted to shoot me to the head here. And I lift up my arm, and I had 1 bullet inside. So I have like a plate in my arm. He left me for dead. They went away. Police car passed by. They didn't wait for the ambulance. They just picked me up in the truck, and they brought me to the nearest hospital, a public hospital. At the moment, there were like doctors from a private hospital giving a lecture about how people are getting shot, teaching the doctors there how to help them, and had the tools landed from a different hospital just at that moment. So it was like divine intervention for me, you know. So I arrived. I was awake, fully awake, until I arrived in the hospital, and I spoke with the doctor. I was like, "No, this and this is going on. I can't feel my legs," and I passed out, and I woke up 1 week later. So because I had so much internal damage, I lost too much blood. I lost 4.5 liter blood. My heart stopped pumping, so they declared me clinically dead. And the doctors don't explain how my heart started pumping again. So I saw like a surgery room, and when I looked inside, it was myself laying on the surgery table the moment when that this happened. So and I knew like, okay, if I come from such a far place, like I was brought back to life. I maybe left in data. I can tell you about many things that internal damage I had. That so if I was able to survive this, I know I would. I'm fully able to recover. But like I said, it's not about healing anymore. It's about changing as a person, right? Because the person I was before, if I now observe myself as a person before, and that goes through deep meditation, then I'm like, no, I don't want to be that person. I want to be a different person. And in this world, for you and able to heal, you have to become a different person. So it's about the change, right?
100%.
So
And then just my last question for you. What healings have you seen that have really touched your heart and are almost unbelievable to you?
wow. Um, I have seen people healing themselves from ALS. I have seen people in first hand healing themselves from stage 4 cancer. With multiple sclerosis, I've seen people like heal themselves, you know. It's always, you see the other people healing, like, okay, everybody can heal, it's just not me, you know. So that's like the kind of game. But yeah, I have seen some amazing stories, and I've met some amazing people through this work, you know, and I'm very grateful.
It shows. It honestly shows. From the moment I saw you, you have been an inspiration to me to be where you are and help other people on their journey. You might not think that you have healed, but you are shining. And I just want to honor that and thank you and thank everyone and thank Joe. And I just want this for everyone. I want to inspire people. I want people to walk in our shoes and just be a part of this oneness together. So thank you so much, and I honor you.
Thank you.
So now, as we transition into Ken's incredible story, I hope you find inspiration in his resilience and in his unwavering sense of purpose. But before we end off today's episode, I want to give you a little glimpse into the retreat experience itself. These next few clips are from day 3, 4, and 5 of Joe Dispenza's retreat. Some days I was so immersed in the experience, I barely recorded. I was living it. I'm currently in Cancun. It is so beautiful here. I'm at Joe Dispenza's week-long advanced retreat, and he has been teaching us how to push our spinal fluid into our pineal gland. And today was the first time I managed to do it. And I have to tell you, it is better than ecstasy. I don't know what I've been doing all my life, but why aren't more people doing meditations? If this is what you can achieve, if you can naturally be high off your own breath, naturally, why are more people doing this? Why isn't everyone meditating? And I have been to a lot of retreats that have taught me a lot of different modalities and how to meditate, but Joe has been the best so far. And I have to tell you, if you haven't done this before, then you have literally been missing out in life. I've learned so many different techniques and modalities over the years from different teachers, and Joe has been the first one to really, really put it in a context that I can understand and that I was able to achieve. And I just want to share this with more people. I think everyone should be meditating. Everyone should be connecting with themselves as well as Source, so we can feel that oneness, so that we can feel the love, so we can be overwhelmed by love instead of looking outside of us to look within. I'll be updating and sharing more about this process and about the retreat. This morning we woke up early before sunrise and we did a walking meditation. I have never done a walking meditation, but in the simplest terms, it was transformational. I could feel myself in a new body, in a new mind, in a new energy. It's indescribable, to be honest. It's been an absolutely life-changing experience so far. Each day is filled with profound meditations and mystical experiences. But what's amazing is how Joe also dives into the science behind it all. He explains how meditation impacts your brain and your body, boosting serotonin, opioids, and even melatonin levels. The scientific insight makes the transformation even more tangible and empowering. I found myself looking people in the eye for the first time in years and smiling at them with a newfound sense of safety and confidence. I'm truly coming into my own, and I can't wait to share how these practices are transforming my life. At the end, you'll see a moment where we are all dancing around Joe's stage. The shift in energy from day 2 to day 7 was surreal, because day 2 I'm filming and I'm quite close to Joe and he's dancing on stage, and no, it's a pretty still beautiful frequency or vibe to be in. And then by day 7 we are all hands in the air, going for it, like literally jumping, like screaming kids. The shift in energy from day 2 to day 7 was surreal. So on the last day, I wouldn't even get near the front. That's how connected and elevated everyone became. We did about 35 hours of meditation over the week from walking meditations, which is so cool. I do them every day now, especially when I walk the dogs because I have a 2-hectare property. So we did it on the beach, 2 long sessions that expanded my heart and my mind. Even now back home, my body instantly responds when I hear those sounds. It's as if the energy lives in my cells. If you're thinking of going, next retreat is a 10-day, if I recall correctly, and it's in November. And trust me, it's worth every second. Thank you for being here. Thank you for witnessing these stories and for allowing me to grow and return with more to give. The journey isn't always linear, but it's always meaningful. Let's jump into just a quick recap on Ken's story. Like I said, I will be catching up with him soon, and I'm sure you have a lot of questions. So if you have any more questions that you'd like to ask him, please send them through to me. Pop a comment. Instagram, my handle is hopeful. It's HOPE, the number 4 ULL, or Dinky Low is my personal handle. I just want to give you a quick glimpse into what the Riviera Barcelos is like for everyone considering staying at the retreat. First off, the beachfront is absolutely stunning. Golden sands and crystal clear waters make it a perfect place to unwind. The rooms vary depending on what you pick, but each one is comfortable and well appointed, offering a relaxing space to recharge. The conference center is a short walk away from the main accommodation, making it super convenient. And the food, it's fantastic, with a variety of options that cater to different tastes and dietary requirements. So all in all, 5-star from my side. I was more there for the experience anyway. It was truly a treat, and I'm super grateful and thankful for the opportunity, for the manifestation of being there and doing what I love. I mean, I have the best job in the world and I love life. So I just want everyone to find a little bit of their own happiness now. And I just, please guys, subscribe, follow, so you don't miss out on any new videos being released soon.